So it's been a while since I did anything with the jumps. It's a absolutely horrible day, but it's great for digging, and we've not rode in the wet for that long that it's pretty exciting. We're rebuilding the road gap at the moment. This is the third version of it. The old one was there somewhere, but when all the trucks came to clear all this, they smushed it. So this is road gap V3. We thought this would be enough, but when we actually tried it, Cammy landed there and I front wheel cased it. He back wheel cased it, I front wheel cased it, because obviously the downhill bike, it's heavier, so it's even harder to get up to speed. So the main aim for today is we're rebuilding this. Our dig hole is here, and this is going to be great because it's clay, so it's going to pack in really well. And then this is one of the latest ones as well, the canyon gap. Doesn't look that big, but there's the landing. There's the gap size. It's pretty big, takeoff, landing, so it's quite a big gap. Show you it from here. It is pretty big, it's hard to see, but not one that you want to case and then straight into the road gap. So we're going to build like a catch here, not so much a berm or anything because we don't really need it, and work on this rolling. So I'll get my bike and we'll go up and look at the other jumps and I'll tell you what's happened with them. So just for easiness, and it wouldn't make much sense if I go up to the top and go down, but this is one of the catch berms. We tried digging with this sort of gravel stuff. It compacts really well, but it doesn't seem to like weather very well. It seems to just wear off. Once it's compacted, it doesn't really stay compared to the dirt. But it's kind of got, it's hard to see, but it's got a lip on the end so you can kind of pop off it. We need to also sort that roller thing because it's a bit dangerous. And here's the berm that I built. I tried to upload a video on this of the whole build process, and it was a really cool one, but I uploaded without sound and we had so many problems with it. But it's a really nice berm, really good angle. So you come flying down here, catch on this berm, and then you've got this one to catch. You shoot out on the shark fin, sort of take off, and then onto the canyon gap and the road gap. So here's the next jump on the line. This was a weird one because when all the trucks came down, they obviously destroyed this bit, and I thought it was going to be a complete fail for the trail, but it kind of gave me that idea of what if we did another road gap. So I started building this. I built this whole thing in about a day or so, which was the biggest jump that I'd built, so I was really happy when it worked. But then the boys came up and helped me add on to it, and we added on this whole sort of bit just to give you that bit more of a kick, because even although it is only a 12-foot gap, it's quite big for a 12-foot gap and you don't really want to case it. And then we just built a landing onto that as well, just to give you a bit smoother of a landing. But this is probably one of the biggest features on the trail as far as gap size, but I'd say the canyon gap's the scariest. So when you come here, you've got this is your only way of crossing really, because you've got a massive dig hole on this side and it's all another dig hole there, and it is quite a big gap for even us. It's quite scary. So our plan is we're going to build a kicker here to jump you over this, and then we're going to build like a bowl type thing or a whale tail. Just gives us a bit more variation on the trail, and if you're not up for hitting this for whatever reason, you've got a sideline and it gives you something else to ride. So the next jump is this one. This is probably the easiest gap on the line. This is, apart from the hip, which I'll show you in a minute, this is probably the one that most people would be able to hit. It's about a 12-foot gap again, I think. Pretty steep. We said we were going to build a small one, but the old jump used to probably only be about there. It was absolutely tiny, and we ended up building this absolute beast. Another dig hole, and then the landing. The reason the case pad is about the same size as the landing is because even when you're jumping it, you're still landing here, because we thought this was going to be big enough, but it's still not. So we're still thinking about bringing the case pad to here, and build the landing even further, but we've kind of moved on with the trail just to give us some more stuff to build. So here we've got benches, have our lunch and stuff like that, and this is the hip. This is probably one of the cooler ones on the trail as far as like jump wise and stuff, but our aim is we're going to build a step up landing there and then something down here, whether it's ruts or rollers and stuff. But currently you come down the berm, which I'll show you, and you land somewhere on that top edge. So we'll show you the berm. At one point this was a rut, but when we were allowed to ride with other people again as the lockdown started to lift, we built this up and actually made it a proper functioning berm, and it works really well. Show you it from the top. Ooh. So it's a really nice berm, really catchy, really fast. And this is a step down, about a 6 foot gap or something. Take off, landing. You can land wherever you want. That's the kind of good fun about it, not having a landing necessarily, is you can gap it as far as you're comfortable with. And the rolling is there all the way down, and this gives you the option of getting down here and you hit the first gap, the road gap, and carry the trail down, or you can hit the what's it called, the berm, hit the hip, and then eventually hit the whale tail bowl type thing and carry on the trail from there. So there's going to be loads of options for us as far as lines and stuff, because we've got so much space to build here and all that down there. Also there's 2 tracks up there all the way down. It runs all the way down to the road gap, and that's what we call the pump track, because it's 2 big tracks from the big tractor type things, and it's really fast, and there's loads of like natural gaps as they had to go up and down. So the plan is we're going to get shovels and head down to the road gap. Right, so we've got the shovels and we're back at the road gap. So earlier in the year I applied for the Borders College base course down at Innerleithen, and I got an email in the other day saying that I've got the conditional offer. So that's really exciting, really excited for that in the future. So obviously because of lockdown they had to ask for riding clips because they can't do the skills test that they normally would. So I sent them a compilation of my videos and waiting to get back from them, and hopefully that should be me into Borders College for the mountain biking course. So when we go down there next year, that'll be a completely new riding style, and some really cool videos that I'll be able to make with that being my school day. So even although it's horribly wet, it's absolutely boiling, which is a really weird weather scene, but I'm going to set up a time lapse for you and I'll start digging and get this road gap built. Right, so that's us got the takeoff and it's looking really good and really nice shape. What's great about building in the wet is we can get really good shapes and compact them. So that's the road gap done. Not sure if we'll test it because of how wet it is, but time to work on the running.